I'd like to share with you an idea that is short and sweet and very important when it comes to Chanukah. The halacha is that for those lighting at the Pesach Habayis, or Pesach HaChatzer, right, according to the original takana that we light the Chanukah candles at the entrance to the home, so on which side of the entrance does one light? So the halacha is that if there's a mezuzah there, if it's a doorway that has a mezuzah, you light on the other side of the doorway so that you have the mezuzah on one side and the Chanukah candles on the other, and you're surrounded by mitzvahs. And if there's no mezuzah on the doorway, it's a doorway that is not chayv mezuzah, so then you have the candles on the right side. So what is this idea of being surrounded by mitzvahs? That it sounds like the ideal place is on the right, but if the mezuzah is already there, so you put it on the left. So Rosh Shlomo Zalman Auerbach has the following idea. He says, don't view it as the Chanukah candles are on the left when you're walking into the house if there's a mezuzah on the right. View it as the Chanukah candles are on the right when you leave the house. And he says as follows, that it's true that the home is our bastion of support, of security, of Kedusha. The home has to be a reservoir of Kedusha. We have to soak up the Kedusha of Judaism, of the Torah, by being in our home. We have to suffuse our homes with those values, with those ideals, and with that sense of sanctity. That's what the mezuzah represents all year round. And if there's no mezuzah on the doorway, that's what the Chanukah candles represent on Chanukah. After all, Chanukah has an emphasis on the home. Ner Ishu Beso is how the obligation of Chanukah candles is described. And that emphasizes the important status of the home in transmitting Jewish values. But then there's something more than that. It doesn't just stay in the home. When we go ahead and leave the home, we have to have those values and we have to take them with us wherever we go. You know, some of the early reformers used to say that we should be a Jew in the home and a German in the streets, or a man in the streets. That's not true. We should be a Jew in the home and a Jew in the streets. We have to go ahead and live outside the home according to the values, according to the ideals, according to the level of Kedusha that we have with us in the home. And perhaps that is something that stands behind this idea. That if there's no mezuzah there, so put the Chanukah candles on the right side when you go into the house. And that represents the fact that we're suffusing our home with Kedusha. If there is a mezuzah there already, so we already have that symbol of the fact that our home is meant to be suffused with Kedusha. And then we put the Chanukah candles on the other side to emphasize that when we go ahead and soak up that sense of Jewish values and a sense of commitment to Avodas Hashem, then when we leave the home, we take that with us. Everything that we do, no matter where we go, is affected, is done based on those same values and that same sense of Avodas Hashem and commitment to Kedusha.